Hello and one and all, and welcome back to yet another movie review. And this time I shall be reviewing the 1969 classic Butch, Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That's right, folks. I am still cracking on with the classic film series before 1970 because I think there needs to be talk about it, even though there somewhat has, but also glad to be part of the conversation anyway. And so this film stars Robert Redford and Paul Newman and Catherine Rose, and is directed by George Roy Hill and written by William Goldman. So this film is an interesting one because I find it to be pretty unique, because technically Butch Cassidy is a Western as its genre itself, but at times as you're watching the movie it feels more of an adventure movie, doesn't feel like a Western in aspects. That being said though, Butch Cassidy is really, really good, and one that I think you should watch. I'm going to get into some spoilers, just in case you haven't seen it, but if you don't care, you're more than happy to watch, by my mind anyway. So, as I said, how unique this film is, there's a 6 opening minute of black and white scene, and then it then goes into color, which I find very unique. And can I just also say, Paul Newman and Robert Redford are great together as Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. They both, and George Roy Hill, 4 years later made The Sting, which I've still yet to watch. Heard nothing great things about it. So, but watching this film on Blu-ray, I've seen it twice now. It's a good movie, and hey, it's also on Disney Plus in my area, so if you have it on Disney Plus or wherever you can find it on, definitely give it a watch sometime. It is a good movie, and there's quite a few good scenes. And what also kind of bugged me was that back when this film came out, critics weren't really a fan of it, like Robert Eggers, for example. Thought it was disappointing, thought the violence was too much, especially for a film that's rated PG. I mean, on my Blu-ray it says PG anyway. As I'm looking at it on my computer, it's a 12. Ratings are all over the place, but hey, it is what it is. And especially with the scene when Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid are having an argument, basically, whether they're going to go over into the water or not. And, and the script as well is very well written by William Goldman. And I don't normally read scripts too much whenever I feel like it, but this script is very, very well written, with the dialogue and the characters as well. And there's of course the famous scene which uses Raindrops, which is the song that is also used in Spider-Man 2, which is how I remember the song, so it's used in that film as well. And it's of course used in the bicycle scene. And then later on, you do have some sort of explosion going on when the Sundance Kid and Butch Cassidy are talking to each other, and then the carriage explodes. And as I said earlier, the scene whenever they're going into the water from a long jump from the cliff, it's a great scene, and the cinematography is really good. Like, aspects of this movie, especially the black and white scene, it just feels like a movie. It could have been made either today or or a few years earlier. Because this film, visually looking at this film, it still holds up very, very well. Other interesting aspects about it is that you do get to see some images like halfway through the film. You know, for some people that might be a drag. You know, the pacing does drag here and there, which is kind of my only nitpick, that it takes a while for the movie to get going. And of course, I love the moment at the end whenever Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid are running up to the camera for the shootout scene, and this scene just freezes, and then the camera just moves away, and then that's the film finished. You know, it is a great shot right there, which kind of represents the cover anyway. But overall, guys, Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, it's a really good movie, and although this film at times feels like a Western, but also doesn't feel like a Western, even though it is considered a Western movie as I'm looking at it on Google. But the chemistry between Paul Newman and Robert Redford as their characters is great. And the direction that George Roy Hill gives this movie is spot on, and the well-written script by William Goldman, this film is just great. It's not as good as, like, say, 12 Angry Men, Psycho, or Good, the Bad and the Ugly, some of the older films that I reviewed on this channel. But if you've never seen it, definitely check it out sometime wherever you can find it. It is a good movie, and I would highly recommend watching it. There you go, guys. That was my review on Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Comment down below. Let me know below what you guys think of this movie. Let me know below in the comments, and let's have a great discussion down there. And folks, this will wrap up my pre-70s series for this year. I think I've done quite enough this year. I would like to do it again at some point, because this is very good. I'm glad I'm part of this conversation. And then next month, there's obviously October, the Halloween month. And I really want to do a horror series because I love doing it. Then there's, of course, quite a few movies coming out. Then, of course, I've got college coming up. But I'm going to do my best, guys. So stay tuned for some content along the way. But as always, if you're new to my channel, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share this video, and notify that bell before you leave. And as always, until my next video, I shall see you then, and peace.